People come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I met today's guest in the parking lot behind the building where I live, actually. And we started talking, and naturally, I invited him on the show. Here he is. He is a business owner. Actually, he owns two businesses, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Please welcome Dean Poittris. Hi, Dean.
Hey, how's it going, Nancy?
Great. It's good to have you here. Okay, so yeah, you have two different businesses. So do you want to talk about which one you started first?
I would say I started my, I'd say I started my contracting business first. Right at the same time, I started the consulting, coaching, and training business. So we're both around the same time, but probably the contracting one, yeah.
Okay, so what kind of contracting work are you talking about?
So a lot of stuff with roofs. So roofing, so new roofs, roof inspections, which I love the most. I like to find out when there's things on old roofs where people don't know there might be a leak, or with new roofs where there was deficiencies and issues, and then help the homeowner make sure that that's addressed, because most homeowners don't go on the roof. And so that's pretty much the main is the roofing aspect. Okay,
and when did you start that business?
I'd say about 2015, around 2015.
Okay, and what did you say the name of it was?
That was Leadworth Contracting.
Leadworth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody else pronounces it Leadworth. It was the funniest thing. Everybody always read Leadworth, and I said, I guess it's Leadworth, but I call it Leadworth. Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. That's what happens with the English language. Yeah, we have so many words that are spelled the same, but they're different, pronounced differently. Yeah. Now, okay, and there's something like I was reading on your website. Oh, sorry. Before we get there, talk about your second business.
So my second business is called Goldbridge and Castle Communication Solutions. And so with the coaching, training, and consulting, I focus primarily on communication, intra and interpersonal communication between people. So let's say body language, so verbal, nonverbal cues, which is body language, also micro expressions, master practitioner in neuro-linguistic programming. I focus on not just what people say, how they say it, how it's put together, plus their body language and different other cues, maybe the way they dress as well, context, and then just this whole package of what is someone communicating, what are they not communicating, and let's find out why, and let's solve a problem or help create a solution. So
what type of clients do you usually have for that?
So the type of clients for that would be like when I first started was in a court case. It was a custody case, and an individual was having to go to court quite a few times, and eventually ran out of finances, able to help his children. And so I went in, and I was referred to him, and basically just helped teach him how to communicate better with the judge, with his body language, and how to focus on the other individuals and what they were saying and what they might be leaving out, and then also constructing what he had to say. Other would be small businesses that are looking to grow and may not see the different challenges ahead. So I offer a business strategy as well. I don't know everything about business, but for what I do know, plus the communication skills and tools that I have, I'm able to pull out of people what they're really looking to do, what's really going on. If there is a problem or challenge, I'm able to extract the right information and situation, how it really is. So it seems complicated, but when it all gets broken down, Very, very simple. And then the individual can clearly see the situation they're actually in, and then be more flexible in their decision making.
So what kind of training did you need to do in order to do that?
So as far as what kind of training do I need?
Or did you get, sorry.
Yeah, no. I like your word choice. So when it comes to communicating, just communicating, we're always trying to communicate,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We have to. We can't help but communicate. When I was younger, I started studying how our brain works. I got heavy study into psychology and sociology, and just all sorts about human interaction. And then I got heavily involved in neurolinguistic programming. Tony Robbins.
Yes.
So, motivation. Yeah. Well, that's just like a part of what he does, but the core of what he does has to do with neurolinguistic programming, and that's communicating, being able to communicate a much deeper level and understand more of what people are, what's really going on with them or their situation. So I went and got in Vancouver my practitioner certification, and then my master practitioner certification, and then the rest around verbal and nonverbal cues, so body language, micro expressions, was all autodidact, which is self-taught. So years and years, instead of going to parties. And when I was younger, I started reading, and then I found out that, hey, you can read books, but that's just head knowledge. Now we have experiential knowledge. So I would go out, I would talk to strangers like all the time, ask different questions, and just really challenge what I was learning in the books. And then I started to grow, and I had different people. I get into conversations, and I end up giving really good advice, people thanking me, and people in different businesses. And it kind of shocked me a bit because I wasn't deep into business yet. And I realized, well, yeah, communication really goes a long way. So, yeah.
So it sounds like, okay, you did get some training, but basically you're self-taught because of all the reading and the hands-on experience, right?
Yeah, a really big practicum.
Yeah,
So
very good. Yeah.
I tell people that my university or my college tuition was just spent on coffee and muffins at local coffee shops.
Very good.
Yeah.
I was reading on your website, it said behavior mechanic.
Yeah, that's a neat way to put it. Good. So behavior mechanic is so just like a mechanic for your vehicle, they can diagnose what's going on, sometimes by what they're hearing, by what they're seeing, sometimes even by smell, but using their senses, right?
Yes.
And so and they can tune up your vehicle as well and say, hey, this is what you want to do, this is how we can fix it, here's the price. And sometimes they do it for free. Not often, but as far as behavior mechanic, helping people change their behavior, that's a big part of, through communication, I'm able to help people, whatever it is. I can help you see a different way, help you expand and think more flexibly and see more choices. And so just behavior mechanic, just like a vehicle, tune you up and help you find out why has this been happening, and
Sounds awesome. I was just wondering if when you're just talking to somebody, whoever it is, and did they ever challenge you? Well, okay,
Yeah. I didn't like it at first because I felt like there's a, yeah, right, that's not, you can't tell when someone's lying, because on my page it talks about deception detection too.
Yeah.
And very quickly I realized, oh, these are just good challenges.
Yeah.
One part, it's a challenge where I can communicate with the person to have them see differently that, hey, wait a minute, I guess this could be real, and then also just exercise with them right there. And so often what I would do is I would just on the spot, I would ask them a couple questions, which they thought were just random questions. But really what I was doing my setup. I was setting it up to pull information out of them, because that's a big part of what I do for deception detection and communication, is get information, right?
Right.
So I basically just get to work right away,
Mhm.
very subtly, and then all of a sudden put out all this stuff in front of them, and they're like, how did you know that? Like, wow, oh, you know what? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, so right what I just did there,
Yeah.
that's a part of what I do is able to I just have some tools and skills over years and years that I've been, practicing. I've been able to open people up and yeah. So.
I think it's fascinating. I really do. I enjoy hearing what you're saying. Is there a big call for it for what you do?
There is few. Most are uh, they're ex law enforcement, ex,
Okay.
not just law enforcement, but higher up, either an intelligence agency or FBI. And then there's a small portion which are ex career criminals, people who used to be career criminals who have changed and gone to the good side, because as far as the statistics go, the two best people who can profile and read people are FBI profilers because they're trained, like
Right.
they're specifically trained in that. And then the next is career criminals, and they're only career criminals because they've been able to actually get by. And so they did trial and error, a lot of trial and error, and kind of feeling it out as they went. And they were able to kind of hone in and know really what someone's communicating and able to make certain choices.
Right.
So me, I'm not a career criminal or an
Not
FBI
admitting it.
agent or anything like that. I grew up and I noticed there was a lot of miscommunication and in the people that I was around, and I was concerned. I thought,
Yeah.
wow, I really wish like we could communicate better. And then so I just dived into the books and just started learning about the brain. So
Have you ever been hired to help the police or anybody in authority?
no, not as of yet, but I have had individuals in law enforcement that I have worked with. So let's say not officially got a paycheck from law enforcement, but yeah, I work with people in there.
So now, what are your future goals? I'm just sort of throwing that out there if you're thinking about what you're going to be doing in the future.
Okay. So there's different ways I could say as my future goals for this business. Normally, I'll quickly say I'd like to work more in the financial sector because it's easier to make a lot of money that way.
Mhm.
And with that money, I'd like to pour that into, local and more distant poor like neighborhoods, and help build like educational infrastructure, if those are the correct words. And yeah, just make a whole bunch of money and like help a bunch of people, because I don't need all that money to survive or live. And when you deal in the financial sector, if you can make traders better, find out when people are, you shouldn't have them close to you, in the trust circle, all that. So yeah, I want to focus on the financial sector to do something like that. But as far as skills, I like to work. Helping, not politics. I'll tell you that. Definitely not politics. But I think I'd like to go into helping, say, like anti-terrorism.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, being able to doing interrogation, soft interrogation, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of maybe undercover, where it might take up to years until you actually can start your job, because you have to remain undercover for so long. It's so subtle. There's no way that this individual is getting this piece of information out of me that's all they need, right?
Right.
And so yeah, so something that'll help the greater good, something beyond me. I think I would wrap that up. That's my goal, is to just be able to help out in a great way.
Very good. Okay, so if somebody wants to contact you, how would they do that for whichever business?
Yeah. So for Goldbridge and Castle, for coaching, training, consulting, whether it's in deception detection to find out when people aren't sharing the truth, or if it's between in a relationship, if people are trying to communicate better, that's actually one of the biggest ones. They just want to communicate better. And then businesses, that would be you can go to goldbridgeandcastle.com or 778-684-4148 or info@goldbridgeandcastle.com. And then for Leadworth contracting, go to leadworth.ca, leadwrth.ca, or call 604-798-5588. And I get enough spam calls that I don't think any more would be any bad. If someone else started spamming me, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we're out of time, but just stay on the camera while I talk to the audience, say goodbye to the audience.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody, for watching that. And I hope you found Dean as interesting as I did. And I'm going to put his phone numbers and his website on when it's all rendered and edited. That all the information will be there if you want to contact him. So I appreciate you watching this show. Hope you watch next time. Until then, peace out, everyone.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.